Hello students, let us study chemical formula. What is chemical formula? A chemical formula is a symbolic representation of a molecule of a compound. It represents the exact number of atoms of each element present in a compound. For example, if we take ammonium phosphate. Now this is the formula of ammonium phosphate, right? So this is ammonium phosphate. Now this is NH4 whole thrice PO4. Now let us see this represents exact number of atoms of each element. Okay, so here nitrogen, how many atoms of nitrogen are there? Nitrogen is 3. So nitrogen 3 atoms are there. Then hydrogen, here we have to multiply. 4 3s are 12. So hydrogen, 12 atoms of hydrogen are there. Phosphorus is just 1 atom and oxygen are 4 atoms. So here 4 atoms of oxygen. So this formula tells us that each element, how many atoms of each element are present in that. So this is known as a chemical formula. And what is this? It is a symbolic representation. So with the help of symbol we have represented the one molecule of ammonium phosphate, right? Now let us also understand how to write chemical formulas when you know the valencies, or you can say radicals. So there are 4 ways, 4 rules we can say, which we have to keep in mind. So rule number 1. In rule number 1, let us take the example sodium chloride. So if we want to write the formula of sodium chloride, right? So first thing what we will do is we will be writing the ions, or you can say the radicals, okay, side by side. Sodium ion, it has 1 plus charge, and chloride ion 1 minus. Now what we have to do over here is this positive and the negative ions, okay, and the charges are written as superscript. Now we have to interchange this charges, right? And we have to write as subscript. Now both of them are having 1 plus and 1 minus. So both of them are 1 1. So no need to actually, if we interchange also, so 1 over here and chloride also having 1. So both are 1 1. So we finally don't write 1. We write NaCl. Because as I explained you just now, in this formula you will see 1 atom of sodium and 1 atom of chlorine. So this is sodium chloride. So if we don't write 1, that is okay. So here the formula of sodium chloride is NaCl, right? Now let us take second example of similar type only, magnesium oxide. So as I told you, first write positive and the negative radical side by side. So here Mg has 2 plus charge and O has 2 minus charge. Now again both of them are having similar charge, 2 plus and 2 minus. So both will get cancelled and the formula will be MgO, right? Third example is aluminium nitride. And in this example, Al3 plus and N3 minus. Aluminium is Al3 plus and nitride is N3 minus. So again both having similar charge, and if we interchange also, so we write Al3 and N3. So no need to write the similar charge, same positive and the negative are same. So both will get cancelled and final formula will be Aln. So this is your rule number 1. Now let us understand rule number 2. So what is rule number 2? Rule number 2 is when they are not having similar charges. For example, let us take calcium nitride. Calcium nitride. Now in calcium nitride, again we will write this positive radical and negative radical side by side. Calcium is 2 plus and nitride is 3 minus. Now then interchange the charges, and then we have to write as subscript. So here we interchange this way. Okay, so 3 is for calcium and 2 is for nitrogen. So Ca3N2. So the final formula of calcium nitride is Ca3N2, right? Let us take one more example here, magnesium chloride. So magnesium chloride, magnesium is Mg2 plus and chloride is 1 minus. Okay, so again, first write what is the step. First write the positive and the negative radical side by side and the charges as superscript, and then these charges are interchanged and they are written as subscript. So Mg1, as I told you, no need to write, and chloride is here 2. So final formula of magnesium chloride is MgCl2. So this is rule number 1. Now, rule number 2. Now third rule. What is third rule? Now let us take the example of aluminium hydroxide. Aluminium hydroxide, right? So in this aluminium, when we are saying Al is 3 plus and OH is 1 minus, right? So this is positive radical and this is negative. So here we write the positive and the negative, both of them side by side, and then we interchange. So this 3 is for OH. Now this 3 is for both of them. OH, when we write, it is oxygen and hydrogen, and here 1 is for aluminium. Now when we interchange Al, 1 no need to write over here. It is actually, if you are writing Al, that also indicates that it is 1 atom of aluminium. Now OH, if I write this 3 over here, this 3 is for whole this radical, negative radical OH. So this 3, if I write like this, then what it is understood is aluminium is 1 atom, oxygen 1 and hydrogen is 3. But this 3 is for both of them, so we have to put bracket, right? So unnecessary also we don't have to put bracket. Wherever it is required, then only we have to put bracket. Now let us take one more example, ammonium carbonate. Ammonium carbonate, in this ammonium is NH4 1 plus and carbonate is CO3 2 minus, right? So in this case, if we interchange this superscript and then write as subscript over here, so let us see how to write. This 2 is whole for ammonium, right? So NH4, okay, again if I write 2 like this, it looks like 42. We have to put bracket, and this 2 is for whole ammonium, nitrogen and hydrogen, and carbonate. Now carbonate here, this is only 1 plus, so no need to write 1 over here. So again in this formula, if you will see 2 nitrogen atoms, multiply 4 2s are 8 hydrogen atoms, 1 carbon atom and 3 oxygen atoms. Okay, so this was rule number 3. Now let us understand the last rule, that is rule number 4. Now for rule number 4, see here the example, best example is manganic oxide. Manganic oxide, right? So in this case, manganic oxide, manganic is Mn4 plus and oxide is O2 minus. Now have you noticed that both these charges are the multiples over here, right? So again, first write the positive and the negative radical side by side, and then these charges as superscript, then interchange these charges and write as subscript. Okay, so what we have to do is Mn, this 2 is for Mn and this 4 is for O. But you see this here, both of them are the multiples. So whenever we have charges and they are the multiples, we can simplify it. So then we have to simplify this and we write MnO2. So the final formula of manganic oxide is MnO2, right? Now next is here, next example is lead 4 oxide, you can say, or we say this as lead dioxide. We can also call this as manganese dioxide. Okay, manganese dioxide. Dioxide means two oxygen atoms are there. Now lead 4 oxide, you can say, you can also call it as plumbic oxide. So here Pb4 plus and O2 minus. So we can plumbic is Pb4 plus, okay, and oxide is O2 minus. Now let us again interchange the subscript and write as superscript. So Pb, this 2 is for Pb and this 4 is for oxygen. Now again, as these charges are multiple, we can cancel this and we get final formula is PbO2, right? So this is the final formula for plumbic oxide. Now one more thing I will like to explain. Suppose I told you ammonium carbonate. Now you cannot cancel this thing. See, this we cannot cancel. Like in ammonium carbonate, ammonium is 1 plus and carbonate is 2 minus. Now here these are not, we cannot cancel this. This is, one is odd and one is even. This charges, if they are the multiples like this, then only we can cancel it. You cannot cancel it after changing. These are the number of atoms, this is the charge and you are bringing it down. So this cannot be cancelled, right? So these were the 4 formulas to how to write the chemical formula. Sorry, these are the 4 rules which tells us how to write chemical formula. Thank you, students.